Tales of Berseria was really surprising to me. I had a feeling I would enjoy it, but I didn't think I'd love it as much as I did by the time I was done with it. I pretty much went into it with the mindset that it would be a 7 or 8 out of 10, it would be pretty fun, and I would call it a day. I'm not gonna say it's like a flawless masterpiece or anything, but I feel like this game is surprisingly evocative. Velvet's such a distinct character. There's a lot of edgelord vibes from her, but also she is completely justified in how she behaves throughout the story. I couldn't help but feel attached to her journey, as well as her comrades. Playing as the villain was cool, and the banter between the team was a highlight for me. This was my first Tales game, and I have to say I'm a big fan of the skit system. It does get a little overbearing at times though. Sometimes I'll come out of a cutscene that was already like 5 minutes long, and I'll have 3 skits to catch up on. Then you'll walk a few screens and be bombarded with another 3 skits. I know the skits are optional, but like, if they're there, I want to see what's going on, you know? But I mean, I just loved listening to these characters yap, so it was fine in the end. I think if I wasn't so attached to the characters, this would have been more of a drag, but I really did love each of the main party members. They all had their own side story, and none of them felt irrelevant. And with how it concludes, I felt sad to say goodbye to these characters. I think that's a hallmark of a good RPG for me, just getting attached to the characters. And man, the voice acting is just great too. I'm sure a lot of people play these with Japanese voices, but I had a lot of fun with the English lines. I have to say the battle system is awesome as well. It's cool that these games focus on combos and let you set your own. I wasn't really that enthralled with it myself, it just kinda button mashed, but I would never want the series to change its mechanics for me. It's cool to see the depth of it, but I think you can't really blame someone for just wanting to experience the story either. Also the music by Motoi Sakuraba, I probably butchered that, but yeah, he's just one of the GOAT composers, like straight up. His range is just insane between Star Ocean, Tales, Dark Souls, and freaking Mario Tennis. Every time I play a game with this guy composing, I just gotta sit there and let him cook. Also, there's some seriously anime scenes going on here, but I had a blast with it. There are a couple parts I'd like to talk about that contain spoilers, so if you haven't played the game, just go play the game. Alright, there's your spoiler warning, here we go. The fact that Velvet's brother is actually a Nominat was a crazy reveal, and the scene where Velvet gets pulled back to life by Fie, Laphicet, I'm still not totally sure what we're supposed to call him. That was just amazing. I loved every second of these scenes, it was such a great way to build up all the way to the climax of the game. And I have to say this game is surprisingly spiritual. Like this ending made me tear up a bit, man. I can't believe how it concluded with Velvet and Laphicet being in a purgatory state together. The credits and all the artwork with the music just got me in the feels. I know it might not be for everybody, but I was just blown away by this game's storytelling. I mean, yeah, sure, it's pretty anime and cliche at times, but it really impressed me in a lot of ways. Not to mention all the lore tied in here is actually pretty engaging. I recently played Mass Effect, which has a ton of great world building, and Berseria honestly was pretty much up there too with it. I think this game is tied to Zestiria, and people aren't really that fond of that one, but man, I loved all the lore between the Molochs, the Empyreans, the demons, the humans. It was pretty awesome all around. Velvet having the flashback sequences, while a bit sad, these were all such great scenes. Her having to accept the weight of her actions and the sins she has committed. I loved all these scenes. Yeah, again, it's pretty anime, but who cares? Also, Fie becoming the 5th Empyrean, man, that ending scene, it really got me in the feels too. Seeing his growth from being basically a husk to where he ended up, it's really something special. It seems that there is a lot of deduction and personal introspection that can be derived from the ending, and this is honestly my favorite kind of ending to a game. It's interesting when a game has multiple ways to think about it. I'm sure some people dislike this ending for various reasons, but for me, it's kind of perfect. It's bittersweet, tragic, but also a bit uplifting in ways at the same time. It reflects a lot of the themes of the story, or at least what I gathered from it, where there is a bit of neutrality emanating from its characters, aside from Artorias obviously, who wants to change the world. It seems that Fie wanted to believe in the world and wanted to help the people, so he took up the role of Mautellus, and his bravery is pretty admirable. Velvet and Laphicet's fate is just again so touching, and I'm glad Velvet got her peace at the end of all this. Also, all the side stories were great, Rokuro fighting his brother Shigure, Aizen with Zavid and learning about his sister. Even Laphicet's gathering quest was pretty fun, Eleanor's was pretty sad, and Magilu's was hilarious. I can't really complain about any of these side quests, they were all fun and I enjoyed them. All in all, I have to say, Berseria was a huge surprise for me, and I'm looking forward to playing way more games in the series. I'm definitely a huge fan now. Berseria had such a dark story, but also just so much love and inviting feelings poured throughout the story, and its world as well. I really enjoy that juxtaposition in games, where it's not just too depressing, but there is some type of oppression going on in the game's world. If you love the Tales series, let me know which ones I should play next. I'm thinking maybe Symphonia or Vesperia since I own those ones already, or maybe even Berseria since it's tied to Berseria, but I'm open to ideas. These game titles are pretty big tongue twisters now that I'm trying to say the script out. Wow. Thank you for watching. If you consider subscribing and liking the video and all that, I hope you have a great rest of your day.